All right, folks, welcome. My name is Jenna from Golden State Times. I'm the host of the stream, and as you guys can see, we are live for President Donald Trump's rally in Richmond, Kentucky. So this is it, folks. This is live footage from inside the venue, as you guys can see. Everybody's starting to come in. The security just barely let people into the venue after a security sweep by both Secret Service, FBI, the police, the sheriff. Everybody was in there doing a security sweep, and now the people are able to come into the auditorium and await for President Donald Trump to arrive. President Trump has left Washington, D.C. just a few minutes ago. We were streaming that live on Facebook. If you guys haven't yet passed by our Facebook page, then go and check it out. It's Golden State Times on Facebook, and make sure you guys give us a like on there. So the president just barely left Washington, D.C. He's on his way to Kentucky, where he would deliver his speech at his Make America Great Again rally in Richmond, Kentucky. This is live, folks. Please share the live stream on social media. Also, don't forget to smack the like button, the thumbs up button below the video. That way, you guys let YouTube know that you guys love our coverage. You guys want to see more President Trump rallies, and you guys enjoy watching the president speak at these rallies all over the country. So make sure you guys do that. Share the live stream on Facebook, Twitter, Gab, Reddit. If you guys are any part of those groups on Facebook and Twitter and Reddit and Gab and stuff like that, make sure you guys share them on there too. Also, thank you very much to the moderators if you guys are already on the chat. If you guys share our live stream on a consistent basis, thank you. If you guys share our live stream on Twitter or gab.ai, I'm going to be giving you guys a quick shout out. So right now on microphone, I'm going to give you guys a shout out. So make sure you guys go and share this on Twitter. If you don't have Twitter, that's fine. Share it on Gab. If you don't have Gab and you have Twitter, then share it there. So I'll be giving you guys a quick shout out. So thank you so much. All right, folks. So I guess we already have some Patriots already sharing the live stream. I would like to give a shout out to Activist Bowen. Thank you so much. Also, Red Pill, anyone? Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. Let's see here. We also have Gene. Thank you so much, Gene, for sharing the live stream on social media. All right, folks, we have a really, really low turnout. That's really crazy. That's never happened before. Such a low turnout on the stream. So if you guys can help us out by sharing the live stream on social media, if you guys share it on Twitter, or if you guys share it on Gab, then I'll give you guys a quick shout out on microphone. So thank you so much in advance. Also, don't forget to smack the like button, the thumbs up button below the video. That way you guys let YouTube know that you guys enjoy our coverage and that you guys want to see more of President Trump. So make sure you guys smack that thumbs up button. Thank you so much. I'd like to give a quick thank you to Olwyn and also to Rodden Brown. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Also to Rosemary. Thank you so much, Rosemary, for sharing the live stream. Let's see who else we have on here. That's it for now. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream, folks. I want to give a quick thank you to Chris for sharing the live stream on Gab. Also, Cookies News, thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Yeah, so that's who we have on Gab right now. If you guys haven't yet, please share the live stream on social media. So the president just tweeted right now, and he says he's on his way to Richmond, Kentucky for his Make America Great Again rally that starts soon. It says the crowds are once again massive. See everyone in a couple of hours. That's what he says. But it's not a couple hours because it starts in just a few minutes, but okay. All right, I'd like to give a quick thank you to River Storm. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media.
Watchfires of 100 circling camps.
All right, folks, so if you just joined us right now, if you can please help us by sharing this live stream on social media. If you share it on Facebook or if you share it on Twitter or gab.ai, I'm going to give you guys a quick shout out on microphone. So if you guys can please share the live stream on social media, that would be amazing. Thank you so much for your help. All right, folks, I'd like to give a couple thank yous. Thank you to Beverly and also to Trip. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. Also to Shayla, thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. I'd like to give a shout out to KH. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. You're amazing. If anyone shares the live stream on Twitter or on gab.ai, I'm going to give you guys a quick shout out on microphone. Just letting you know. Thank you. I just want to give a quick thank you to Mike. Thank you, Mike, for sharing the live stream on social media. All right, folks, I'd like to give a quick thank you to John. Thank you so much, John, for sharing the live stream. And that's it. Oh, wait, give me 1 second here. When we also have... Oh, that's it. Thank you very much, John. I also like to give a quick thank you to Chris and to Peggy. Also Tim. Thank you so much, Tim, and Shannon. Thank you so much, Shannon, for sharing the live stream. And also to Elliot. Thank you so much, Elliot. All right, folks, a lot of Patriots have been sharing the live stream. I'd like to give a thank you to Louis and also to Shahzad. Thank you so much. Also, Linda. Thank you so much, Linda. And Jaden Holmes. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. I'd like to give a quick thank you to Q Meme Warrior. Thank you so much, Warrior, for sharing the live stream on social media.
Can do here? All right, what a great night to host the President of the United States. I mean, look at this crowd. Look at this crowd. I keep hearing about a blue wave here in Kentucky, but by the energy and the size of this room, I think we're going to have a red wave here in Kentucky this fall. Well, welcome to everybody. I'm Dr. Ralph Alvarado. I serve as the Kentucky State Senator for the 28th District, including Clark, Montgomery, and Northern Fayette County. Some of you may remember me from speeches I was able to deliver at the Republican National Convention in Fancy Farm in 2016, asking voters to support then-candidate Donald Trump. Well, tonight, I have the distinct honor to not only officially begin this rally and welcome all of you, but to also welcome and thank President Donald Trump for traveling to Kentucky to support Congressman Andy Barr in his re-election. With the full might of the press against him, the full might of the liberal elites against him, the full might of the swamp trying to bring him down. It is amazing to see what President Trump and Congressman Barr have been able to accomplish to help Kentucky these past 2 years. They've reduced regulations that were stifling job growth and preventing farmers from working on their own land. And for every regulation created, they've removed 22. They've created new tax cuts that have allowed companies to provide billions of dollars in bonuses and wage increases across the country, and families now have more money in their pockets. In Kentucky, $2,000 per family. U.S. wage growth has its highest point in nearly 17 months. We've successfully renegotiated NAFTA, with Canada and Mexico opening up new opportunities for Kentucky products. President Trump and the Senate have also been able to confirm 69 total lifetime appointed judges to the federal courts, including Justices Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh. Folks, President Trump and Congressman Barr have made promises, and they've kept those promises. We must keep them in office to keep America great. Now, before we get started, I want to take a moment to thank Eastern Kentucky University, the city of Richmond, Madison County, and all the police officers, first responders for helping us host this event. You've done a tremendous job. Thank you so much for all your work and for making sure that we're safe here tonight. So, folks, are we ready? All right, let's get this Kentucky rally started. Tonight we got 3 individuals that I'm very proud to introduce. They're going to help us with our prayer, with our Pledge of Allegiance, and with singing of our national anthem. For our prayer, we've got Amanda Mays Bledsoe, Lexington Councilwoman. For our pledge, we have Marine Corporal Matthew Bradford. I've got to say a couple of words about him. If you don't know who he is, this guy's a true American hero. Lost both of his legs, both of his eyes in an IED explosion in Iraq in 2007. After he recovered, he re-enlisted in the Marine Corps to continue to serve our country. His motto is, no eyes, no legs, no problem. And then also tonight singing our national anthem is Kentucky's own Tyler Booth from Wolfe County, from the eastern part of the 6th Congressional District. So with that, I'm going to introduce Amanda Mays Bledsoe for our prayer.
Will you bow with me, please? Heavenly Father, author of all life, we're thankful to live in a country where we can pray in the name of Jesus. We come to you tonight knowing not one of us is worthy to be in your presence or to serve your purposes, but thankful for your grace and mercy that we have the privilege of participating in your plans. If we've ever needed your wisdom, your power, and your love, Lord, we need it today. For those serving our country here and abroad, we ask for your protection. For our elected leaders and those they represent, we implore you to please touch us with your healing grace. Forgive us when we have forgotten you. Lift us up when we have let you down. Deliver help to those who are hurting and provide peace for those who are in pain. We ask for you to please give us your dealing grace, wisdom for our work, discernment for our decisions, resources for our responsibilities, and joy for our journey. And all these things, Lord, we pray your will to be done. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
All right, please join me in a Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, let's get ready to show the country what Kentucky's all about, people. Next, it's my pleasure and my honor to introduce one of Kentucky's fine senators, Senator Rand Paul.
Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! What an amazing crowd. Is Kentucky Trump country? Now, some of you may remember, once upon a time, my first choice for president wasn't Donald J. Trump. However, I will tell you that he grows on you. I will also tell you that every day, virtually every day, he exceeds my expectations. Together, as a team with the Republican Congress, we now have not one, but two conservative justices. I hear someone yelling two more. So about a year ago, I was playing golf with the president after he had appointed Gorsuch. And I said, well, Mr. President, you could possibly get to appoint three. And the president, never to be outdone, said, I think I'm going to appoint five. It's what I love about the president. It's optimism, it's boldness, it's defying the status quo, defying the mainstream media, and doing what's best for America. Together, a Republican Congress and President Trump have passed the largest tax increase in my lifetime. Tax decrease in my lifetime. We are leaving more in your pockets than you have had in a long time. Over 90% of America will have more in their paycheck because of the largest tax cut in our lifetime. President Trump and a Republican Congress have repealed more regulations than any administration ever. Andy Barr has been a leader of this in the House. We're going to send Andy Barr back. But I want to tell you for a minute how it works up there and how President Trump has been an instrumental part of making it better. Tax cuts. Republicans have said forever, oh yeah, we're for tax cuts. And yet, some in the establishment up there will say, oh, we're just going to do revenue neutral. What does that mean? That means half of you pay more taxes, half of you pay less taxes, and the net result is neutral or zero. Wouldn't have been a tax cut at all. That's what they were saying was impossible. And what did the president say? He said, no, let's go big, bold, or go home. I want a tax cut. So when the first tax cut rolled out, we looked at it, we read it. We actually try to read the bills. So we read the bill, and we were alarmed that the establishment, the first go at tax cuts, actually was going to raise taxes on the middle class. So I called the president. He said, come to the White House. He arranged his staff. And I looked at him and I said, Mr. President, the tax bill that they've written is going to raise taxes on the middle class. And he says, I won't sign it. I will not sign an increase in taxes on the middle class. And what makes President Trump different than other presidents? He looked at his staff and he said, make it so. So we turned what could have been a disaster into the largest tax cut in our lifetime. So we're going through this debate. It's not tax reform, and he still tells these people in Washington, half the people in Washington, Republicans, are saying, oh, it's tax reform. No, it's a tax cut. The president tells you every time it's a tax cut. It's not revenue neutral. It cuts everyone's taxes. And then we got to the end of the debate, and we said, many of the conservatives, we said, why don't we repeal the individual mandate from Obamacare? And I kid you not, once again, naysayers in the Republican Party said, oh, we don't want to mix tax cuts in health care. Now, some of these people were the same ones who promised to repeal Obamacare and then voted to keep Obamacare. So we suggested to the president, let's also repeal the linchpin of Obamacare. Let's repeal the individual mandate, the tax that 25,000 Kentuckians who make less than $50,000 a year, the working class, the poor in our state, were paying this tax. And the president said, absolutely, let's do both. And in the end, we were able to repeal the individual mandate also. Anybody watch the Kavanaugh hearings? Anybody think it was a disgrace what the Democrats did to him? I was so embarrassed for the country that I wrote him and his wife a note and said, I'm ashamed of what they did to you. Will Kavanaugh be a good justice? I have great hopes. For decades after decades, the Supreme Court has given deference to big government and given deference to unelected bureaucrats who write the rules, and when it comes before the court says, oh well, bureaucrats win, taxpayer loses. Kavanaugh, mark my words, is going to change the deference where we are no longer deferring to big government and unelected bureaucrats. The first month of President Trump's term, we repealed $67 billion worth of regulations. More regulations repealed than any other administration ever. How crazy are these regulations? Well, I'll give you an example. These unelected bureaucrats that hopefully the Supreme Court is going to strike down, unelected bureaucrats have said that over time, dirt is a pollutant, and your backyard is a stream. So they come to your yard, to your house, to your farm, to your land. Right now, the federal government claims that over 90% of Kentucky's land can be regulated by the EPA. That's wrong, and we're going to stop it. So at the Kavanaugh hearings, it was disgraceful. There were screaming, angry people all over the Hill. When the vice president left, they were yelling vulgarities and raising their middle finger to the vice president of the United States. No respect at all. And so you would expect, would the Democrat leaders actually chastise them and say, enough's enough, we're not going to act this way? Hillary Clinton said, civility, we're going to be civil after we win. Hillary Clinton said that. What a sore loser. She's on the perpetual whine, whine, whine tour. You're here tonight to see the president, but you're also here tonight to see your next speaker. Your next speaker is a leader in the House of Representatives, a leader in fighting for tax cuts, a leader in fighting to repeal regulations. And I promise you this, if the Republicans are defeated, if the Democrats take over the House, from day one it's going to be investigate the president, impeach the president, and nothing good will happen in the country. Whether you live in Andy Barr's district or not, you're here, you support the president, you need to get out. In the last couple of weeks, you need to help him knock on doors. If you do not live in his district, you need to drive to his district. Andy Barr is one of the 20 seats in the House that could be lost. Every other seat in Kentucky is fairly safe. All the rest of the Republicans are safe. All the rest of the Trump supporters are safe. Andy Barr has the hardest race. So if you do not live in his district, you need to drive to his district. If you have not given him money, you need to give him money or time. He needs your help. If the House flips, all of the good things that have been happening will come to a screeching halt. Can you imagine the crazy people yelling and screaming when they get in charge of the committees and when they begin investigating the president? It'll be craziness. What I'd like you now to do is to give a warm Kentucky reception to the congressman who needs your help, Andy Barr.
Hello, Madison County. Hello, Madison County. You know, when the president accepted my invitation to come to Central Kentucky, most people assumed he would go to Lexington to a big venue like Rupp Arena. And no doubt, President Trump would fill up 24,000 in Rupp. But when I thought about where the president would want to go, I thought of Eastern Kentucky University. The most pro-veteran university in the nation. I thought of the most significant military installation in the 6th Congressional District, the Bluegrass Army Depot, and the Patriots, both military and civilian, who work there. I thought of the Department of Criminal Justice Training at EKU, the Kentucky State Police, the Richmond Police Department, the Berea Police Department, and Kentucky Sheriff of the Year Mike Coyle. and the amazing law enforcement community right here in Madison County. Join me in thanking all of the law enforcement officers who day in and day out risk their lives to keep our communities safe. And most importantly, I thought of the people of Madison County, who nearly 2 years ago delivered a huge victory for Donald Trump, who carried this county by a whopping 32 percentage points. And when President Trump talks about making America great again, he's talking about you. You are the ones. You are the ones who rise early, work hard, and get the job done. You teach the children, police our streets, train our military bases, care for the sick, or volunteer at church. You work on farms and fields and distilleries, mines and factories. You run small businesses, repair cars, and build homes. You put out your flags, salute Old Glory, and say a prayer for the America we love. And you stand for the national anthem. You are the people of Kentucky's 6th Congressional District. You make our Commonwealth great. You make this nation great, and I thank you for it. I'm a proud 6th-generation Central Kentuckian, born and raised right here. And I'm proud to be an American. I'm a believer. I believe our freedom comes from God, and that the government is not the master. The government is the servant of the people. And I believe that the right to life is universal and belongs fully to every member of the human family, born or unborn. I believe in the right of you and your family to keep and bear arms, and all other rights guaranteed in the Constitution. I believe that border security means national security and homeland security. That's why I voted to fund more Border Patrol, more National Guard troops at the border, more border technology like lights, cameras, and sensors, a biometric entry-exit visa system, and yes, it's why I proudly voted to build the wall. And I believe you should keep more of what you earn. That's why I voted for middle-class tax cuts. Today, the average Kentucky family has over $2,000 more in their pocket because we passed Donald Trump's tax cuts. For Kentucky families, we doubled the child tax credit. And for small businesses, once punished by crushing taxes, they will get a tax cut so they can expand, hire workers, give raises, award bonuses, and invest in new equipment. I believe in a new era not just of American energy independence, but America energy dominance. I believe in getting results, and I believe in what the president has done in ending the war on coal. I believe in getting results. And that's what we've done. This election is one of the most important elections in a generation. It's about results versus resistance. We can move forward to more jobs, higher wages, secure borders, and a safer, stronger America, or we can go backwards with my opponent, Nancy Pelosi, and the failed liberal policies of the past. My opponent admitted her extreme views when she said at a fundraiser in Massachusetts, "I'm further left, I'm more progressive than anybody in the state of Kentucky." My opponent is too liberal for Kentucky. How do we know? She told us so in her own words. And my opponent admitted what she thinks of you when she said at the same fundraiser to the same liberal donors, quote, "It's not necessarily about Kentucky." Well, ladies and gentlemen, for me, it's all about Kentucky. Under President Obama, who my opponent voted for twice, you were forgotten. But under President Donald J. Trump, you are remembered. Under Donald Trump and this Congress, Kentuckians have found hope. America has found a new leader to make us great again. And I'm not just running for Congress, I'm running for Kentucky. Join me. Do your part. Get out the vote. Let's create a big red wave of victory in the bluegrass state. And in 21 days, in 23 days, let's continue to make America great again.
All right, folks, so if you just joined us, welcome. My name is Jen. I'm from Golden State Times. I'm the host of the stream, and I'd like just to say thank you to everyone that has been sharing the live stream on social media. And like I said, if you share the live stream on Twitter or on gab.ai, I'm going to give you a shout out on microphone. And here we go. So we have Truth Now. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. We also have Truth Always Wins. Thank you very much for sharing the live stream. We got Carl, and we got Rainbow Promise. We also have Chris, and I'm a Jaywalker. Thank you so much. We have I am Grandma Carol. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Also, Norma, thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Also, Florence and Sylvan Shen, thank you so much. Sergey, thank you so much for sharing the live stream. We also have USA Buy Sell Business Model. Thank you so much for your continued support and sharing the live stream. Lola, thank you very much, Lola, for sharing the live stream on Twitter. I'm going to go over to Gab and give some more shout outs for you folks. So thank you so much again for sharing the live stream on social media. All right, so I'd like to give a few more shout outs to Gorepi Studios. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Also, Real Stony Stone. Thank you so much. And Rihanna, I believe that's how you say it. Thank you so much. Tina, thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Also, Jeff, thank you so much, Jeff. And Bill, thank you so much, Bill, for sharing the live stream. Also, we have Vile News. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. And Donna E. Turner. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. I'd like to give a big thank you to Q Tetra X. Thank you so much for supporting us on Super Chat. All of those Super Chats and also contributions through PayPal help us get to the next Trump rally. As of right now, this is the latest Trump rally that is scheduled, but we don't know how many Trump rallies are going to happen within the next 2 weeks. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of them, folks, so make sure you guys stay tuned live here at Golden State Times. If you guys haven't yet, please share the live stream on social media. If you guys share it on Twitter or on gab.ai, I'll give you guys a quick shout out before the president comes out and delivers his speech live here at Golden State Times. Thank you very much for choosing us as your stream of choice. All right, folks, so I'm going to be giving a couple shout outs real quick. And we have William. Thank you so much, William, for sharing the live stream. We also have Kay. Thank you so much, Kay, for sharing the live stream. And Sergey. Thank you so much, Sergey. Deplorable Me. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Shelly and Love the USA. And also Danny. Thank you so much, Danny. And Nunya. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. All right, so I'd like to give a couple more shout outs. We got System Joni. Thank you so much. Also, iPress. I hope I said that right. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Happy Trumper. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. All right, folks, so we have a little bit of breaking news here. I don't know if you guys remember a few months ago that there was this caravan going through Mexico, and they were going to try to get through the U.S.-Mexico border, and they were coming from like Honduras and other Central American countries. Well, it's happening again. There's a breaking news story from Fox News that says hundreds of Hondurans are headed for the U.S. border in a mass migration march. So it's the caravan all over again. And like always, Mexico is going to oblige and they're going to help them. So let's see what happens with that, folks. That's happening within the next few days. They're going to be over here at the border in San Diego between Mexico and the United States. So stay tuned for more coverage on that as those people are coming up north. So thank you very much for tuning in and choosing us as your stream of choice. The president's speech should start very soon. So make sure you guys please share the live stream on social media. The turnout today is not as good as it has been in the last few rallies, but it's Saturday. People are out. We understand that. So whoever you guys can get in here, that'll be amazing, folks. We need as much help as we can possibly get. You know, we don't go on microphone and beg and beg and beg for anything. So what we do ask is for you to please share the live stream on social media. It's free. You guys, you know, doesn't matter how many supporters you have or how many followers you have. It doesn't matter. You guys will still come up on the search. And that is what helps the channel. So thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Thank you so much for smacking the like button. That thumbs up button below the video. That helps out the channel a lot. That lets YouTube know, you know what, we like this coverage. We like watching President Trump. We love these rallies. And then YouTube will do its thing and recommend it to more people. So more people can tune in and watch the rally live here at Golden State Times. Thank you so much. Also, don't forget that next weekend is Politicon, and we're going to be there live. We have press passes for Politicon. A bunch of big names are going to be there, both left-leaning and right-leaning, so make sure you guys stay tuned live here at Golden State Times for Politicon in LA. It's going to happen at the LA Convention Center. If you guys are going to attend Politicon, make sure that you guys... if you guys see us out there, then you guys say hello. So thank you so much. All right, so we have a few more Patriots sharing the live stream. This one is Trump's microwaved soda. That's an interesting handle, but thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. Also, Sif, thank you so much, Sif, for sharing the live stream. Linda, thank you so much, Linda, for sharing the live stream. Let's see, who else do we have on here? We have Thai Parapil. I hope I said that right, but thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. Who else do we have on here? Willow Lady, thank you so much. Also, Aaron, thank you so much, Aaron. And Mark, thank you so much, Mark, for sharing the live stream. Happy Trumper, I don't know if I already gave you a shout out, but thank you so much for sharing the live stream. But yeah, folks, if you guys share the live stream on Twitter or gab.ai, well, I'll give you guys a quick shout out. Thank you so much in advance. Thank you so much, Pete, for sharing the live stream. Also, Joe Lowe, thank you so much for sharing the live stream. All right, folks, so as you guys can see, the seal of the President of the United States is on the podium. It means that the President either has already arrived and is in the venue, or he is 5 minutes away from the venue. That's when they put the seal. You will notice that the President is set to come out to a speech whenever they put the seal on the podium. When the seal is not on the podium, it means the President is nowhere near the auditorium or the venue where he's set to give the speech. So the President is definitely almost there, or he's already at the venue. Thank you so much. All right, folks, so we have Joy Lane. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Also, Mark. Thank you very much, Mark, for sharing the live stream. Trump Train Think Tank. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. And Chris B. Thank you so much. The Canadian Conservative. Thank you so much, brother, for sharing the live stream. John Spencer. Thank you so much, John. Also, Mark Hancock. Thank you so much, Mark, for sharing the live stream. We also have Lek. I hope I said that right. Thank you so much, Lek, for sharing the live stream. Adam. Thank you so much, Adam, for sharing the live stream.
sometimes.
So it looks like the lady that that is the owner that makes the Make America Great Again hats is like follows the president in every single rally now, I guess. She comes out and she gives hats away to Patriots, as you guys can see on the podium. Again, I don't know if you guys remember this from yesterday, but I've told you that I cannot put the audio that is going on right now when you guys see it because there's music playing in the background. They have copyrighted music. If you ever been to a Trump rally, you will know that they play music before the president gets there, and I cannot put it on YouTube. YouTube will shut down the channel if I play any music that is copyrighted. So I wish I can, put the crowd of them screaming and wanting a hat and all this stuff, but they have music on. They should turn off the music. Maybe we should send a message to the Trump organization, the Trump campaign, and tell them, just turn off the music. No music. All right. We're trying. People want to hear the crowd. Turn off your music or play music that is not copyright. It's easy as that. So hopefully they do something about that. I'd like to say a quick thank you to Magdalene for supporting us on PayPal. Thank you so much for your support. All of that support that we get through PayPal, through Super Chat, all that stuff helps out the channel. It gets us in the next Trump rally, and it also will get us to Politicon so we can cover that for you and any other live event. So if you guys would like to help out the channel, the link is in the description below the video for PayPal. Also, you can use Super Chat on the chat itself. It's the little money sign on the chat. And that helps out the channel, folks. That keeps us in operation, that keeps us alive, and it gets us out to live events. Thank you. All right, folks, I'm going to be giving a few shout outs to people that are sharing the live stream on social media. And we have Harpazo Girl. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Let's see who else. Oh, we also have Jay Canuck. I hope I said that right. Thank you for sharing the live stream on social media. Let's see. We also have, let's see here. Let's see. For right now, I think that's all we have. Yeah, that's all we have for right now. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. All right, folks, so we have a 10-minute warning, folks. 10-minute warning. Go get your coffees, your whatever you want to eat, popcorn, whatever you want to get, folks, because the president is set to come out in just a few minutes. Please share the live stream on social media if you haven't yet. If you already shared it, thank you. If you already smacked the thumbs up button below the video, thank you. If you haven't yet, please do so it helps out the channel and it lets YouTube know that you guys like our coverage. Also, thank you to the moderators for keeping the chat clean and enjoyable for everyone. We hope that you guys have fun, and the president should come in just a few minutes. Press 1 on the chat. Press 1 on the chat if you guys are ready for President Donald Trump in Kentucky. It's going to be an awesome speech, and there's a lot of people, folks. So I want to give a shout out to Miles. Thank you so much, Miles, for supporting us on Super Chat. All of those Super Chats and the contributions on PayPal, all of that helps us get to the next Trump rally, or now getting us to Politicon. So if you want to have full coverage of Politicon, we need your help, folks. All of those Super Chats, all of those contributions on PayPal, which the link is in the description below, that gets us to the next live event. And Politicon is coming. More President Trump rallies are coming. A bunch of stuff is coming, folks. And we're also going to have full coverage on November the 6th for the midterm election. So make sure you guys stay tuned. If you are new, subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell. That way you get a heads up when we go live. And the YouTube tells you, hey, Golden State Times is live. There's a President Trump speech or a rally or a live event or anything like that. So make sure you guys click that bell. Thank you so much. If you guys have been subscribed to us for a while, make sure that you guys are still subscribed. YouTube has been doing a number on us, folks. So make sure you're still subscribed. Make sure that the red button is another color other than red. And that the little bell next to it is lit. So that way you guys get a notification. Thank you.
Drink to the full.
Hello, folks. Thank you very much to Ponyable Curtis for your support on Super Chat. Also, I want to give a thank you to, let's see here. Thank you very much, Jack, for your support on PayPal. All of those donations on PayPal and also Super Chat gets us to the next live event. This weekend coming up, we're going to be at Politicon in Los Angeles, so make sure you guys stay tuned. We're going to be there live, and we're going to be streaming all the debates and town halls and stuff like that. As you guys know, Tucker Carlson's going to be there. Also, Ben Shapiro's going to be there, along with a few other conservatives. There's going to be a bunch of liberals, too, that are going to be there giving some speeches and debates and stuff like that. So stay tuned. Politicon coverage from beginning to end here live at Golden State Times. I want to give a quick thank you to Harpazo Girl. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing the live stream on social media.
of Spain, for we've received orders for to sail for old England, and hope very shortly to see you again.
All right, so if you're wondering what song this is Spanish Ladies by the U.S. Navy. It's a very good song.
We'll run and we'll rove across the salt sea, till we strike soundings in the channel of old England, from Ushant to Saley to Scilly for Lucy. The first land we made was a point called the Dead Man, next Ramshead off Plymouth, Stark, Portland and White. We sailed then by Beachy, by Fairley and Dungeness, and bore straight away for the south, for the south, for the right. And we'll roar like true British sailors, we'll rat, and we'll roar across the sea, till we strike soundings in the channel of old England, from Ushant to Saley to Scilly for Lucy. Let every good man drink up a full bumper, let every good man drink up his full bowl, and let us be jolly and drown melancholy. Drink a health to drink a health, drink a health, drink a health, and we'll set, and we'll roar like true British sailors, we'll rant, and we'll roar across the salt sea, till we strike soundings in the channel of old England, from Ushant to Scilly is 34 leagues. Farewell and adieu to you, fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu to you, ladies of Spain, for we've received orders for to sail for old England.
That's right, USA and hello, Kentucky. Thank you. And I'm thrilled to be back in the heartland with thousands of loyal, hardworking American patriots. In just 24 days, the people of Kentucky, we love Kentucky, greatest horses in the world and plenty of other things, are going to elect an incredible slate of Republican candidates to protect your jobs, defend your borders, and continue making America great again. Just hours ago, we celebrated another tremendous victory for the American people. You know what I'm talking about. We're having a lot of victories, folks. Can you handle it? Yes. In the Oval Office of the White House, I welcome home Pastor Andrew Brunson, great man from Turkey. He is now free from jail. Think of that, 35-year jail sentence, 35 years. Not anymore. He's back with his family, together with his wife, and he is on American soil. And it's a beautiful family. They're all together, and I want to thank President Erdogan, Turkey. He was terrific. They all worked together. Wasn't easy. That one wasn't easy. And we don't pay ransom. We don't pay ransom. But I do. I want to thank the president. I want to thank the people of Turkey. And I think we'll probably now really establish a terrific relationship with Turkey. We appreciate it. This evening, in the wake of Hurricane Michael, our thoughts are with our fellow citizens in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. They got hit hard. They got hit hard, especially when you look at Florida. Did you ever see anything like that? And you look at Georgia. Georgia got hit hard. That was some wind force, up to 200 miles, almost 200 miles an hour. One of the most vicious we've ever been hit with. So I just want to thank all of those incredible people, the people of FEMA, the first responders, law enforcement, and all of the thousands of federal employees and National Guard, all of the personnel. They're now on the ground. They're supporting this really major recovery. I will say, you have thousands of electrical trucks all lined up. They're following in. They're getting the roads cleared. Not easy. And they have done some job. You had 600,000 people without electric. In one day, they got it down to 250,000. That's some job. One day. And we will not rest until the job is done. We're here tonight to discuss everything we have accomplished together in less than 2 years' time. Think of it. Think of it. And I'm here tonight, although I've been back many times. I love this state. To thank the people of Kentucky for 2016. We didn't have to wait too long for that. We didn't have to wait too long for that. You remember? The vote is in, the polls are closed in Kentucky. Donald Trump is the winner of Kentucky. That was fast. That was fast. And to make sure that America's extraordinary comeback We want to make sure it continues full speed ahead. We don't want Democrats that are coming from a different place. We don't want them getting in office. All they'll do is obstruct. Under Republican leadership, America is booming. It's thriving. America is winning again because we are finally putting America first. Our country's unemployment rate has just fallen to 3.7%, the lowest in over 50 years. 50 years. Median household income has reached an all-time high. That's pretty good. Means you're making more money than you've ever made before. I don't know how much better, but we're going to get it up higher. We have eliminated a record number of job-killing regulations. And some of you will love this, and I'm proud of it. These are great people. It's a great resource when properly used. We have ended the war on clean, beautiful coal. We're putting our miners back to work like never before. They're going back, back, back. And after years of rebuilding other nations, we are finally rebuilding our nation. And we are doing it with American iron, aluminum, and look at what happened to steel. You see the comeback with steel? Everyone's going back to work. The steel mills are opening up. U.S. Steel, Nucor, they're all opening up their steel mills. That was faster than I thought. And we're stopping the dumping. And if they want to dump, they can, but they got to pay a lot. So, if you think about it, so true, despite our size, America is now the hottest country anywhere in the world. This is where people want to be. Since my election, we've picked up in worth $11.7 trillion. Think of that, trillion. And we're going to get along great with China, but we're doing things with China, and they've dropped about 20 trillion. But you know what? They're going to be just fine. But they have to treat us fairly. They have to treat us fairly. Right? That's right. And every day we are living by our motto, promises made, promises kept. And you look back there at the fake news media, look at them. Look at them. It's like the Academy Awards every time. You know, I'd like to walk into a place one night and not have any of these guys. Boy, gets bigger and bigger. But even they have said that President Trump, and you know, they probably get fired the next day, that President Trump made promises during the campaign. And I've actually produced more than the promises I made. How often do you hear that? And we all produced it together. We have incredible people. Mitch and Rand, and we all produced it together. We have a great team. But we need more of them. We need more Republican votes. We have a majority that's essentially, Rand, not a majority. If somebody has a cold, we don't have a majority, right? So we have to get some more Republicans in there, and we're here for some good ones tonight. On Monday night, at the White House, we kept one of the biggest and most historic promises of all. Do you know what we're talking about, right? Never has a man been treated so badly. America watched as we proudly swore in the newest member of the United States Supreme Court, Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Great gentleman. What happened to him was so unfair. I've never seen anything like it. And we stuck with him all the way because we knew the facts. We stuck with him all the way. And Rand Paul and Mitch, they stuck with him. No doubts about it. No doubts. Remember that. Remember that. He now sits alongside Justice Neil Gorsuch to defend your sacred rights and your God-given freedom. What the crazy radical Democrats did to Justice Kavanaugh is a national disgrace. From the moment Brett Kavanaugh was known, well, you know what happened. We announced the name, we nominated him, and literally from the moment he was nominated, they didn't even know. It's actually, if you think of it, it's from before he was nominated. Nobody knew anything about who it was going to be. I didn't even make my decision yet. And they started saying horrible things about whoever the person might be. They were on a mission to obstruct, resist, delay, demolish, and destroy. The Democrats have become totally consumed by their chilling lust for power. And I'll tell you something. We have a man, one of the most powerful men in the world. It's okay, comes from Kentucky. That's not bad. Gotta respect him. And he heard about this. He said, I want to be there. He's one of yours. He's joining us tonight. He's rock-ribbed Kentucky leader. He's been a leader for a long time. There's nobody tougher. There's nobody smarter. He refused to cave to the radical Democrats' shameful campaign of political and personal destruction. He stared down. Tough cookie. I know tough people. He's tough. He's Kentucky tough, which is about as tough. He stared down the angry left-wing mob. He never blinked and he never looked back. And he got us a man who will be one of our great, great Supreme Court justices. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Come up, Mitch.
Thank you, Kentucky. Aren't we proud of President Trump? Let me just add, thanks to President Trump and a Republican Senate, 84 new federal judges already this Congress. That's already a record, Mr. President. Keep sending them our way and we'll keep confirming them and change the court system forever. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. And Mitch is a true fighter for Kentucky, loves his state. And you know, we'll be running together in 2020. That'll be a lot of fun. Thank you, Mitch. On this election day, November 6th, every American faces a simple choice. You can either vote for Democrat mob rule, or you can vote for a Republican Party that stands proudly for law and order, fairness, freedom, and justice. Simple as that. If Nancy Pelosi, crying Chuck Schumer, and the radical Democrats take over Congress, they will try to raise your taxes. They will immediately restore job-killing regulations. They will impose, believe it or not, socialism, take away your health care. Your health care and your whole life will be unaffordable. Shut down immediately. Oh, forget this one. Shut down your coal mines in about 2 minutes. You see what's going on with the Second Amendment? They will destroy your Second Amendment. And the Democrats want to open our borders to a flood of deadly drugs and ruthless gangs. The fact is, Democrats have become the party of crime. They have. Republicans are the party of safety, and we are the party of jobs, jobs, jobs. And we're thrilled to be joined this evening by several terrific Kentucky Republicans. First of all, Kentucky Senate President Robert Stivers. Where is Robert? Where's Robert? Thank you. Congressman Tom Massey. They got them spread all over the place. Where's that? Doing a great job. Thank you. They're doing a great job. Congressman Hal Rogers. Thank you, Hal. Congressman James Comer. James Comer. James, the whole group, they have been incredible. I'll tell you what. We got tax cuts, biggest tax cuts in the history of our country. We got so many other things. Anwar. We got rid of the individual mandate. We had Obamacare repealed and replaced. We didn't get one Democrat vote, but we'll get it done. We had a little disappointment that night, a little bit of a disappointment. But it's essentially done anyway, because when you get rid of the mandate, the individual mandate, it's done. And what we have done with the remnant of Obamacare is we've kept your premiums down far below what anybody would have thought through good management, through Secretary Alex Azar. Now, a friend of mine who has helped us so much, he's really smart, but I have to say his wife the last couple of days has become maybe the biggest star in the family. She's been so... I said, Rand, you have to get her on television more. She's become the biggest star in the family. Yes. a man that really has been a friend of mine, a special friend, and he's really something. He's a great guy. Not everybody knows that, believe it or not. It's like Mitch. Not everybody knows that Mitch is a great guy. These are great people. There's something that happens to you when you grow up in Kentucky, I guess, right? These are great people. But, I call Rand a senator of tremendous common sense. That's a great compliment. Common sense. And you know what? Hey, Rand. He's young, he's spry. Run up here for a second, Rand. Come up here, Rand.
The president said he's tired. I could take 20 or 30 minutes, right? Now, I'm going to tell you a very quick story about the president, and this shows how he's different than any politician and why you're all out here. I went to him with an idea on health care. I said, let's let individuals buy it in a group. Let them join an association. Let competition drive prices down. The president said, it's a great idea. What did his staff say? Oh, no, we could never do that. What did all the middle managers say? Well, we could never do that. And you know what the president said? Make it so, and he did it.
But it's true. We were talking about health care, and Rand had this concept that he was so far advanced, even the experts didn't know. And after they checked, they said, he's right. He's right. Association healthcare, where you can team up with other companies, you can team up, you go in, you get phenomenal pricing. You have no problems with crossing borders, so you get every insurance company, and it's taken off Rand. And that was Rand's initial idea. That's true. And it's doing really well. Inexpensive and terrific. And another man, a very special friend of mine, he was a great businessman, decided to win and run in Kentucky. By the way, does that sound familiar? This guy was a really successful guy. And he saw things happening in Kentucky. And he said, I could do a tremendous job. And he really has done. And he doesn't want to be political. He wants to get the job done. This state is doing so well. You have your lowest unemployment numbers in history. You have your best incomes in history. You have jobs and companies flowing back in. And all of that wouldn't matter if I didn't like him. Because if I didn't like him, I'd say, forget about him, right? But I like him a lot. He's a terrific man and a terrific governor, Matt Bevin. Thank you, Matt. Thanks, Matt. So we're here for a truly special guy. These are all special people. Something about this place. What did we win by a lot? What did we win by? 38? 38. We won by a lot. I have a feeling that Mitch McConnell in 2 years is going to do very good. Very good. Going to do very good. He goes down as the greatest leader, in my opinion, in history. What we've done is incredible together. But he's better when I'm president than he ever was when anyone else was president. Doing much better. But I want to introduce the leader that we're all here for tonight. And all of our congressmen know exactly what I'm talking about. He has been so strong on all of the things that we stand for: tax cuts, regulation cuts, every single event that we passed, and it's record numbers of events. He's been at the forefront. And he's got a little bit of a tough race with a Nancy Pelosi picked figure. And I guess they did a little changing, and they did a lot of this and that. The Democrats do. That's the only way they can win. But I'll tell you what, I've seen the crowds. You know, outside you have 25,000, 35,000, some crazy number of people. And we set up movie screens. We set up beautiful movie screens, and to those people outside, we love you. We love you. You have to see the lines. They go all the way back, many miles. But a lot of them stayed, and they're watching screens outside. I like your location better. Do you agree? But this is a special guy, and normally I wouldn't make a trip, but here I had two reasons. One was I love the state of Kentucky, and the other was that Andy Barr is a great congressman. Andy, come on up.
Mr. President, welcome to Kentucky's 6th Congressional District. A swing district that 2 years ago, you sent a message to the nation because you won it by 15 points. And welcome to Madison County, a county, Mr. President, that you won by a whopping 32 points. Home of Eastern Kentucky University, where we are right now, the most pro-veteran university in America. Home to workers who relocated from Eastern Kentucky, who value a paycheck to put food on the table. And Mr. President, thank you for ending the war on coal. And Madison County, home of the Department of Criminal Justice Training, the Kentucky State Police, 2 awesome police departments, and Democrat Sheriff Mike Coyle, the Sheriff of the Year, who says, Mr. President, to keep the drugs out of our communities, we need to build the wall. And when I first met you, Mr. President, I told you about our drug problem in Kentucky, and you listened. And 6 months later, I was in the White House with you when you declared a national public health emergency to fight the drug epidemic, the opioid epidemic. And we worked together, and we funded the most significant investment to fight a drug crisis in American history. This president is a man of action, a man of action. Other people resist, but this president gets results. And so I want to turn it over to him, but I just want to remember one special night 2 years ago in Cleveland. The moment I knew this man would be the next president of the United States. Remember what he said. He said that my opponent has a slogan, and that slogan is, I'm with her. Remember what he said next? What he said was, I have a different slogan, and that slogan is, I'm with you, the American people. Mr. President, I'm with you to fight for the American people.
Thank you. That's pretty good. Now, you know, the one thing that Andy didn't say is that she paid a lot of money for that slogan. And the morning after I came up with my little feel on it, they changed the slogan. It was gone. It was gone. But we weren't gone, because this was the single greatest movement in the history of American politics. And our slogan was a great slogan. I think it's the greatest slogan that anybody will ever come up with, although in 2 years we have a new one. You know what that is. Ours is Make America Great Again. Look at all these hats. And at the rate we're going, it's going to happen fast. It's called Keep America Great. That'll be that. Right? So I'm here for Andy Barr, and that's a vote for safe communities, strong borders, and Kentucky values. Andy Barr. A vote for Andy's opponent. I had to do a little check-in. Who's he running against? Who? This is an extreme liberal named Amy McGrath. Chosen by Nancy Pelosi. Maxine Waters, that's a real beauty. And the radical Democrat mob. Now, Amy supports a socialist takeover of your health care, which, by the way, means your taxes are going to triple if you're lucky. She supports open borders. She needs the tax hikes to cover the through-the-roof garbage that you want no part of. And she wants to immediately decimate your now thriving coal industry. So if you want to stop Nancy Pelosi from becoming Speaker of the House, no, we can't do that. That will not be good. Then you have to get out and vote for Andy Barr, great man. Great man. You know, actually, I must tell you, Kentucky, you're always involved at the middle of politics. The election of Andy is a very important thing. Could make the difference between unbelievable continued success and, frankly, failure, where we fight for 2 more years with these people, with these obstructionists. So it's really an important race. It could be the congressmen up here. They're all, I don't have to worry about them. They're so far ahead in their races. We don't have to talk about them anymore, right? We don't have to talk about them. We don't have to talk about them, but we were talking backstage, and they said it. This could be the most important race there is. So get out and vote. We can't let this happen. A majority of House Democrats have already signed up for socialist health care. By the way, it doesn't work anywhere in the world, just so you understand. It doesn't work. It's good if you don't mind waiting like 5 weeks to see your doctor. They come from socialist countries. Frankly, they come from Canada because they want to use our doctors. They come from all over the world, and we're making it now better. And they want to destroy everything that's been built, all of that great foundation. They want to outlaw the private insurance plans of 2.4 million Kentucky residents, and some of those plans are fantastic and inexpensive. The Democrat plan would obliterate Medicare and terminate Medicare Advantage for nearly 250,000 Kentucky seniors who depend on it. Republicans want to protect Medicare, and we will, for our great seniors who have earned it and who have paid for it. And Republicans only will always protect patients with pre-existing conditions. We're going to protect it. The new platform of the Democrat Party is radical socialism, and it's open borders. Democrats want to abolish ICE, and they want to turn America into a giant sanctuary for criminal aliens and MS-13 thugs. And don't kid yourself, that's what's going to happen. And they want to get rid of ICE. They think ICE isn't nice. Did you ever see what they're dealing with? First of all, they're incredible patriots. They have a job that nobody in this group wants. They go in there and they meet the most vile, most vicious people on earth like it's a day at the office. You don't want to do it. You don't want it. Yeah, you might do it. This guy might do it. You want a job? I'll get it to you with a... Look at this guy. This guy will do it. I'm looking at... He might do it. You might do it. But you don't want to do it. They go in there and they liberate towns. These people came in by the thousands, and we're taking them out by the thousands. They're getting out. They're getting out. Republicans believe our country should be a sanctuary for law-abiding Americans, not criminal aliens. And Republicans down, and you know this, Republicans stand proudly with the heroes of ICE and Border Patrol and law enforcement. You know that. One by one, we are finding the illegal alien criminals, predators, drug dealers, MS-13 killers, and we are sending them back home. We are liberating America's cities and towns. That's what we're doing. The only immigration policy Democrats support is catch and release. How about that one? You catch a criminal thug, you take the name, and then you release them. Say, please show up in 5 years to court. Now, number one, it's ridiculous. Number two, they never show up. What a mess. We have the dumbest immigration laws in the world. The world laughs at us, but we're getting them changed. We need some more Republicans. We need some votes. And if you elect Republicans this November, we will pass legislation to end catch and release. We will add, I'll tell you, have you heard the other one? Right? Lottery. Okay? Names, you pick them out. Coming to the United States. Now let me ask you, these countries set up lotteries. Do you really believe they're giving us their finest? No. This is a lottery. This was Chuck Schumer's special deal for this country. And we need to elect people so we get rid of it. We got maybe just get rid of it. How crazy. And then you have chain migration. You know what that is, right? So we had a man, horrible person, the West Side Highway in Manhattan, where I live, where I love, right along the Hudson River. He's driving a car down this roadway where speed limit's 35, he's going about 70. And he decides to make a right turn into a beautiful park that goes along the river with lots of people. Many people were killed. Nobody ever talks about the people that were horribly injured. They lost legs, they lost arms. These are people that were running. They want to keep themselves in shape. They were working out. They were walking hand in hand together. They're dead. They're horribly wounded. Many will never, ever recover. And what happened? What happened to him? It'll be years of litigation. He came in, and then he took chain migration, and he brought his mother, and his father, and his brother, and his sister, and his aunt, and his grandfather, none of them working. It ended up being approximately 22 people came in. It's called a chain. Isn't that wonderful? A chain. And we're stuck with them. We're stuck with these people. And I don't want a chain. I want people to come into our country on a merit-based system. And I want them to help all of the great companies that are moving back into the United States. They're moving to Michigan. They're moving to Ohio. They're moving to Pennsylvania. They're moving to North and South Carolina. They're coming in. They're moving to Florida. And yes, they're moving into Kentucky. And with what we've done, we've become so successful that we need people to come in with all these companies that are coming in. But we want great people that love our country, that respect our country, and that want to work. This election is about safety and is about prosperity. Since the last election, and these are numbers that the fakers back there, the fake news, would never have allowed me to say. They'd never, in a million years, if I ever said this during the campaign, they would have had headlines. We've created over 4.2 million new jobs. And lifted over 4 million Americans off of food stamps. You know what that means? The second, food stamps. It means, number one, we get rid of an unbelievable cost. You wouldn't even believe it. You wouldn't even believe it. But you know what else? You get a lot of happy people that are working. It's a great thing. It's a great thing. We've added nearly 600,000 manufacturing jobs. Remember, manufacturing is never going to come back. Never going to come back. Remember? The previous administration, oh, you think that's going to happen? You need a magic wand. Well, I guess we had the magic wand. We had the magic wand. And these are great jobs, and these are important jobs, manufacturing jobs, companies pouring back in manufacturing. African American unemployment has reached its lowest level ever recorded in history. African American poverty has reached its lowest level in history. Hispanic American and Asian American unemployment has reached its lowest level in history. I can't believe I'm still saying this. I am so sorry. I apologize to the women in the room. Remember, I got 52%? Remember, they kept saying, he's not the fake news. That's right. Remember, he said, they were all saying, he will not do well with women. Wow, did we do well with women? Did we do well? He will. Fake news. We did really well with women. But unfortunately, the women's unemployment, Mitch, is not at a historic low. It's only the best number in 65 years. We let down women. We let down women. 65 years, 3.6%. As the charts grow just a little bit, it'll be historic very soon. The only reason to vote Democrat is if you're tired of winning. You know about winning. You really know about winning. Those horses win. You people are winners. I'm just afraid that Kentucky is winning too much. You're going to send Matt Bevin to see Rand Paul and Mitch McConnell. And they're going to all come to the Oval Office to see me. And they're going to say, Mr. President, we can't do it anymore. Kentucky is winning too much. They can't do it. They don't like it. They don't want to do it anymore. They're going to say we're winning so much, we just can't stand. I'm going to say, Mitch and Matt and Rand, I'm sorry. We're going to keep winning. We're going to win more and more and more. We're going to keep winning. I'm sorry, folks. And I will send them happily back to Kentucky. You're winning a lot. Won today. We won today with the great pastor, Pastor Brunson. Last week I announced that we are replacing the horror show, one of the worst trade deals ever made, known as NAFTA, with an incredible brand new U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement called the USMCA. USMCA. And even the Democrats are saying, wow, what a good deal that is. They can't believe it. We may actually, Mitch, get bipartisan support. Can you believe it? Although if it's too good, they won't support it. That's the problem. Now, I will say, even Chuck Schumer liked it. Can you believe that one? He said, that's a good deal. We've taken the toughest ever action to crack down on China's abusive trade practices. China, and I have great respect for China, we all do, and I have great respect and liking for President Xi, the absolute head. This is an absolute head of China. But you know what? They've been making $300 billion to $500 billion a year, taking it out of our country. We have rebuilt China. And I don't blame China. They can get away. I blame our past leaders because they should never have let it happen. I don't blame China. And thanks to our strong trade and economic policies, Brady Industries recently broke ground on a new $1 billion aluminum mill that will create up to 1,500 jobs right next to Ashland, Kentucky. You know where we're talking about, right? Right? Ashland. Under Republican leadership, we also passed the biggest package of tax cuts and tax reforms in the history of our country, bigger than any have ever been passed. We have taken historic action to reduce the price of prescription drugs. You saw 3 weeks ago, Pfizer, Novartis, a lot of drug companies announced a very substantial increase. And then I said to Secretary Alex Acosta, and I said to Alex Azar, this is no good. This is no good. We got to do something. I want to call them. And I called the head of Pfizer, big company, I guess like the biggest, big drug company. I called Novartis. I called the heads of these companies. And they said, sir, we will immediately drop the price back to where it was. Did you ever hear of that? And Rand Paul, it's the first time I realized how powerful it was to be the President of the United States. No, they reduced the, no, and by the way, I kid, but I respect that they did that. I really appreciate it. And now because of what Secretary Azar is doing, you're going to see drug pricing, prescription drugs going down. You know, we have countries on this planet, the exact same pill, the exact same prescription, made in the exact same factory or plant in Canada and in other countries all over the world, is much less, sometimes 50%, sometimes more than that, is much less than what Americans pay. We're getting rid of the middleman. We're doing a number. I'm going to be hated so much by some people in this country that made a fortune. But we're getting drug prices way down. And we started it last Friday with the signing of 2 bills. And something that the congressman really helped me with, all of them in the room, and Andy in particular, we help right now get critically ill, terminal patients access to life-saving treatments. We just passed right to try. Right to try. I hope nobody has to use it in this room, but this is a person is terminally ill. We have the greatest drug companies and the greatest research in the world by far, nobody close. But we have a pipeline. It would take 12 to 15 years to get it approved and through the pipeline. We have that down, I think, to 4 years and maybe less. But we have to be careful. But if we had something that really showed great promise toward a problem that somebody had who's terminally ill, for 44 years they've been trying to get this passed. They couldn't. Not as easy as it sounds. Between the insurance companies, the liabilities, the country itself, the lawsuits. So I got everybody in a room. We got to get life. This is really important stuff. Excuse me. How many of you know friends? If they have money, they travel all over the world begging and looking for a cure. They want hope. And if they don't have money, they go home. They have no hope. And we got right to try passed a month and a half ago, and already it's had an incredible impact. Incredible impact. 44 years. So now a patient is terminally ill. We have something that's looking really good. We make them sign a document, very important document, and they go in and we work with them and we see if we can help them. And we've had some incredible results already. So I just want to thank Andy Barr and all of the congressmen here, and Mitch and Rand, because we got it passed. We got it passed. To me, that was a big thing. Many, many, many years they worked on it. They couldn't get it done. We also passed Veterans' Choice, giving our veterans the right to see a private doctor instead of waiting online for 12 days, for 24 days, for 38 days. We have our great veterans. We're doing a great job with the veterans. But this was one of the most important things, because they'd be waiting in line for sometimes months, if you can believe it. We had people waiting in line and they weren't very sick. By the time they saw a doctor, they were terminally ill. Now, if there's a line, if there's a wait, because we have great doctors in the VA. That's one thing everybody tells me. Can't get to them. Now, if there's a wait, you go to a local doctor. You get yourself taken care of, and we pay for the bill. We pay for the bill. That was another one. That was another one. Took over 40 years. I used to say to people, why do we do that? I thought I was so smart. I said, listen, I got a great idea. These lines are terrible. 28 days, 30 days. I got a great idea. It's the greatest idea I think I've ever had. We're going to have them go to a private doctor instead of waiting in line. So we've been trying to get that passed for 40 years. Oh, you've heard about it before? Everybody heard. They couldn't get it passed, but we're good at getting things passed. We got it passed. Rand and Mitch and Andy, we got it passed. And the landmark VA accountability law, to ensure anyone who mistreats our veterans will be held accountable. Jim, you mistreated our veteran, Jim. Jim, you're fired. Get out. We just secured $700 billion and $716 billion 2 years to fully rebuild the American military. bigger, stronger, more powerful than ever before, and we are giving our warriors their largest pay raise in over a decade. And at my direction, and we need Rand and we need Mitch's help, but it's really popular. Let them know how popular this is. You know, it's all about space. It's all about space. Defense, everything is going to soon be all about space. So let Rand and Mitch know about this. Ready? At my direction, the Pentagon is now working to create the 6th branch of the American Armed Forces, known as the Space Force. Now they have to do it. I put them on the spot. Now they have to do it. Now it's very popular. One of the biggest applause I get wherever I go is when I talk about the Space Force. And by the way, China already started. Russia already started. They've got to start, but we have the greatest people in the world. We make the greatest equipment in the world. We make the greatest rockets and missiles and tanks and ships in the world. I withdrew the United States from the horrible one-sided Iran nuclear deal. You know, when I came to office, weeks before, I was given rundowns of what's happening. And Iran, it was just a question of when will they take over the entire Middle East. They're not thinking about that anymore, folks. They're not thinking about it anymore. They got a little disaster going. They have riots in the street. Their currency's shot. And they'll be coming to us someday, probably not too far out, and they'll say, we'd like to make a deal, and that's fine. That's good. But a real deal, not the joke of a deal that was made by the past administration. And we have recognized the capital of Israel and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. Right? Together we have made extraordinary progress, but we're just getting started. If you vote to elect Republican House and Republican Senate, we will continue to cut your taxes, cut your regulations, and raise your incomes very, very substantially. We, unlike the Democrats, will protect Medicare and protect Social Security. Remember what I said during the debates? We will protect it. We will defend your Second Amendment and protect your right to free speech and religious liberty. With your help, Mitch McConnell, Rand Paul, and all of the people that work so well with us will continue to confirm incredible pro-Constitution judges, not radical, far-left judges who will rewrite your Constitution and replace your Kentucky values. Not going to happen. 84 judges, think of that. It's a record. It's a record. And we actually have a lot to go. A record, 84 judges approved. What a difference. Going to be, by the time we finish, maybe 50% of the court. You know what that is? 50%. We will fully secure the border. We will pass Kate's Law, stop sanctuary cities, end the visa lottery, end chain migration. And we will keep the criminals, drug dealers, and terrorists the hell out of our country. We will lift millions more of our citizens from welfare to work, dependence to independence, and from poverty to prosperity. But to achieve this future, to continue the greatest movement in the history of our country and maybe of any country, you need to vote Republican. For years you watched as your leaders apologized for America. Now you have a president who is standing up for America. We are standing up for your values. We are standing up for the great people of Kentucky. And we are proudly standing up for our national anthem. On November 6th, I need you to get your friends, get your family, get your neighbors, get your co-workers, and get out and vote for Andy Barr. Great man. A vote for a Republican Congress is a vote for more jobs, more wealth, and more products made right here in the good old USA. It's a vote to respect our laws and to respect the heroes of law enforcement. They are heroes. And a vote for Republicans is a vote to reject the Democrat politics of hatred, anger, and division, and to celebrate the greatness and the glory of being an American. It is not up to the media. It's not up to the pundits. It's up to you to decide your own fate. You have the power with your vote to defend your family, defend your country, defend your values, your faith, and to defend your dignity. Loyal citizens like you help build this country. And together we are taking back our country, returning power to the American people. This great state was settled by, how tough, how smart, by tough men, and even tougher women, by the way. But it was settled by tough men, pioneer women who braved the wilderness and defied the dangers to build a life and a home. They didn't have a lot of money. They didn't have a lot of luxury, but they all had one thing in common. They loved their families, they loved their country, and they loved their God. These courageous Kentucky Patriots did not shed their blood, sweat, and tears so that we could sit at home while others try to erase their legacy and destroy our proud American heritage. For the sake of our freedom and for the sake of our children, we are going to work, we are going to fight, and we are going to win, win, win. We will not bend. We will not break. We will never give in. We will never give up. We will never back down. We will never surrender. And we will always fight on to glorious victory. Because we are American, and our hearts bleed red, white, and blue. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. And together, we will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you, Kentucky. Vote for Andy Barr.
All right, folks, thank you very much for joining us and choosing us as your stream of choice. As you guys can see, the president, wonderful speech in Kentucky, and we're glad that you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for all of your support, folks. If you guys would, if this is your first time at the channel, watching one of these streams, subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell, folks. As of right now, we don't have any more Trump rallies scheduled, but that could change today, tonight, tomorrow, Monday. So make sure you guys stay tuned live here at Golden State Times. But one thing that we do have confirmed is Politicon, which will happen next weekend. We're going to be at Politicon live in LA. So make sure you guys stay tuned. A lot of people are going to be there. Tucker Carlson, Ben Shapiro, and a bunch of other people, both conservative and liberal. We're going to have a whole bunch of debates and town halls and speeches and stuff like that. So make sure you guys stay tuned live here at Golden State Times. If you guys would like to help us get to that event, the link is in the description below for our PayPal. We need as much help as we can possibly get. Also, you can do the Super Chat. Super Chat is a very good way of helping us. Thank you very much in advance. And like I said, we're going to be here live, folks, for any event that the president have. Monday, we're going to continue streaming and stuff like that. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for choosing Golden State Times as your stream of choice. And I hope to see you guys here next time. Thank you to the moderators for keeping the chat clean and enjoyable for everyone. And I'll see you soon. Peace.